Thanks to all of you who are watching the Ironwood Chamber of Commerce 2022 Awards Ceremony. My name is Michael Meyer and I'm the Executive Director of the Ironwood Chamber. Unfortunately, just like in 2021, due to COVID-19, we're unable to have our awards presented before a full banquet gathering. Therefore, we're gathered here this wonderful January snowy day in the historic Ironwood Depot, home to the Ironwood Chamber of Commerce, which you can see behind us here. We want to give our appreciation to all of the award winners for coming today, for Chamber member and videographer Jake Ring, who is videoing this presentation today, and to all of our Chamber members who make this office, this presentation, and our Chamber's business and community outreach possible. The awards are presented just as if we were in the banquet hall, though sadly there is no good smells of wonderful food. I'll give a short introduction of each winner, present them with their awards plaque, and then give them an opportunity to speak as well. Our first award is the Business of the Year for 2021. I must first say that these past COVID years have been extremely difficult for every business and organization in the Ironwood community. Not every business that entered this pandemic time has emerged. This pandemic brought with it tremendous challenges requiring all businesses to look closely at how they operated in the past and how they could reinvent themselves operationally to a new and very different economic environment. In truth, it was very hard for the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors to choose a single Business of the Year. For many of Ironwood's enterprises rapidly developed new ways of operating, learned new skills, created new marketing strategies, began using digital media that they had never done before, and so for many, they were not only able to survive, but to discover new ways of doing business. Our Business of the Year for 2021 was just such an enterprise. Burton Industries originated in 1978 in New Berlin, Wisconsin, and its electronic fabricating business saw steady growth as it moved to Minocqua and Hazelhurst, Wisconsin, and eventually to a branch in Ironwood, Michigan. Over the past 25 years, the Ironwood facility has grown and its product capabilities expanded. Burton has long been an important element of Ironwood's manufacturing sector. However, 2021 marked a decisive year of change for Burton Industries. The company name was changed to Burton EMS, or Burton Electronic Manufacturing Systems, along with a new logo, a brand new website, and the purchase of a second manufacturing facility here in Ironwood. Many of you have perhaps driven by this building on East Air Street, close to the Miners Memorial Heritage Park, and followed its repurposing and refurbishment. What might many of you not know is that Burton, in addition to purchasing this property, has agreed to donate part of the land area, but to the Miners Memorial Park and the city of Ironwood, and that will greatly help the park in developing its future abilities to invite people to the park and for visitors to our area. It's an important recreational destination. Yes, 2021 was a tough year for business. Many closed their doors, many were bought out, many picked up stakes and moved. But Burton EMS did none of these things. They reinvented their brand to more closely communicate with their client base what it is they do and how they're investing in ways to do it better. They didn't close and move off to Mexico or Thailand. They didn't just hang on and wait for things to get better. They innovated their products and services, expanded their productive capacity in Ironwood, and enhanced its place as one of our premier manufacturing enterprises. As their new website proclaims, Burton is a 43-year-old, second-generation owned small business with culture and values that are centered around jobs and families. Burton's commitment to community, environment, and people drives everything we do. The Ironwood Chamber of Commerce extends thanks to Burton EMS for continuing to grow and invest in our community, for having the courage to seek out new ways of doing business, and looking forward to them being in Ironwood for a long time to come. So on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, I'd like to present to Burton the 2021 Business of the Year Award.
On behalf of the entire team at Burton EMS, we'd like to thank the Chamber and the City of Ironwood for this honor. We've been in the community for quite a few years, and although 2021 certainly had its challenges, we used the opportunity to regroup a little bit, rebrand as Mike indicated, and continue to grow. We put our roots down firmly in Ironwood, and we look forward to being here with our families for a very long time. Again, thank you very much. We appreciate it, and it's a great honor for our company to be recognized. Thank you.
The Ironwood Chamber of Commerce Organization of the Year Award for 2021 is an award that goes out to an organization which has made significant advances for our community. And this year was especially a difficult year. For in the midst of COVID-19 pandemic, something really new was born in Ironwood. It grew from roots that have long existed here, even back into the very early 1900s. For as far back as that, Ironwood, Michigan has always been a big arts community. When visitors or prospective residents come to the counter behind me here and say, "What kind of a community is this? What is there to do? What is there to participate in?" I always tell them of Ironwood's music and art history and how it reaches all the way back to the days of Matthias Holamo and the Ironwood Symphony Orchestra. I point out the historic Ironwood Theater, a couple of blocks from here, made for live stage entertainment in the 1920s. I point out Theater North with its over half century of extremely high quality theater productions. I tell them that yes, there's fish here, there's waterfalls and trails, and you can go see Lake Superior, and if you're brave, you can even go swimming. But beyond all of that, and above all of that, the Ironwood community has always been dedicated to the performing arts and has had a plethora of wonderful artistic individuals here for the past 100 years. In 2019, Cindy Frank and Miles Mikkonen sat on a bench in downtown Ironwood and thought, wouldn't it be great to have an arts festival? Wouldn't it be great to have an arts festival that would bring people here from all over the United States? Musicians, filmmakers, painters, poets, the full range of human artistic expression. Folks coming here to Ironwood, Michigan. Those conversations grew to include others. And in 2020, working from the institutional base of Theater North, the Ember Festival of the Arts was born. The fall of 2021 saw an amazing array of performances and exhibitions, bringing artists both from the East and West Coasts here to Ironwood. And what a festival it was. A host of Emberlight volunteers worked to welcome artist performers and festival goers to a wide range of Ironwood area avenues. From Mozart to Art in the Park, Broadway performances, films, Route to Elsewhere, all about the US2 and the communities along it, the Emberlight Festival brought to Ironwood and, in an equally important way, introduced Ironwood to the world, to all of those who came here from other parts of the United States. And they did something else. By instituting a youth mentorship program, the Emberlight Ambassadors, the festival offered local young people a chance to get involved and work with artists on a daily basis. And in doing so, the Emberlight Festival continued the Ironwood tradition of fostering community artistic talent and awareness. In a sense, the Emberlight Festival was part of the never-failing succession of artistic endeavors here in this community and in the larger scope of the Western Upper Peninsula. The Ironwood Chamber of Commerce is proud to award the Emberlight Festival our 2021 Organization of the Year Award. And I will be presenting this to the president of the group, Lori Booth.
Thank you so much, Michael. We really appreciate this honor, and on behalf of all of our volunteers, the entire Ironwood community, actually the community of all of the communities of the Western Upper Peninsula, our donors, our supporters, thank you so much for this recognition. I have our important volunteers, board of directors along with me. I'll let each of you introduce yourselves and say a couple of words.
Hi, I'm Judy Holst, I'm the secretary, and thank you everybody for supporting Ember Light, and hope you continue to support us in the future.
Hi, I'm Jean Graham and I'm the treasurer, and thank you so much to the Ironwood Chamber for this great award.
I'm Cindy Frank, the creative producer for Ember Light, and I want to thank again our entire community for supporting this fantastic idea, the grand experiment.
Hi, I'm Karen Malum. I'm the vice president of the board, and I'm also the director of performance and fusion, part of Art in the Park. And thank you to all who've supported Ember Light this past year.
And I'm Miles McKinnon, the artistic director of the Ember Light Festival, and the one responsible for dreaming up these crazy dreams. But we had over 150 volunteers last year, and that is how this was possible. This is a small representation of the dedication that this community has given Ember Light, and it blew all of our wildest dreams out of the water. So we are firmly set up for 2022, our Horizons Heritage Harmony season. We are also looking forward into 23 and 24 to keep bringing world-class art and performances to the Western Upper Peninsula of Michigan. So thank you to the Ironwood Chamber of Commerce and this entire community.
The Gus Swenson Educational Award is presented each year to that person or persons who best exemplifies the late Luther L. Wright High School teacher's lifelong commitment to youth and community education. The goal of every teacher is to impart to their students the skills needed in life, along with essential ways of living in community values of friendship, and being able to work together. Gus Swenson knew that youth education was not limited to the classroom, but also took place through direct mentoring, coaching, and the introduction of new forms of learning activity. We all learn by doing, by trying new things, and by developing new skills and understandings. The 906 Adventure Team was founded in 2014 by Upper Peninsula native Todd Paquette in Marquette, Michigan. More than just teaching kids about bikes and cycling, the Adventure Team aimed at an outdoor holistic concept, creating a learning experience for youth of all ages, developing skills and positive habits, prioritizing personal effort, embracing and learning from failures, and focusing on a forward path through life. Youth participants are grouped by age, grade, and skill level, with the overall goal of developing physical and mental fitness and positive social skills in community. Today, there are 6 Adventure Team chapters all across the UP. From its early, just beginning start, the Gogebic Ironwood chapter of the 906 Adventure Team has grown to the point where in 2021, over 50 youth and 15 adult coaches participated. And the goal for 2022 is to expand the Adventure Team cycling program experiences to 75. Adventures are run on the trails of Ironwood's Miners Memorial Heritage Park, Copper Peak, Windman Trails, and some Adventure Team members have even participated in the fall Copper Peak Trails Fest. Being outside in the natural landscape, learning new skills, making new friends, developing positive life habits through exercise, good food, and mental focus. The Gogebic Ironwood chapter of the 906 Adventure Team has brought together both kids and coaching adults, and in the short time of its existence, made a positive educational impact on the lives of both. For Shirley, in coaching and mentoring, it is the coach and mentor who sometimes learns just as much as the youngsters with whom they're coaching. Both learn together, both work together, and both have experiences that can last a lifetime. And that concept, lifetime learning, being willing to do something new, working toward personal mastery, these are the ways and values that Gus Swenson taught throughout his Luther L. Wright teaching career. The Ironwood Chamber of Commerce is pleased to award the Gus Swenson Educational Award to the Ironwood chapter of the 906 Adventure Team. And I'm presenting this award to Vinaya Gauthier, who is one of the team co-leaders. The other team co-leader, Mr. Tom Bergman, could not be here because he's home ill, which is why we're here in the depot and not at the banquet. But I'm glad Vinaya could come and accept this on the part of the 906 Adventure Team.
Thank you. Yeah, being a part of the adventure team and being able to bring that to Go-Give-It County has been one of our goals as a group of local volunteers for years. To have the acknowledgement of the Ironwood Chamber and our sponsors in our local community has been amazing. The outpouring of support we've had and the interest from our local volunteers. So we only see this growing in our county, being able to reach more youth and more adults. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
The Volunteer of the Year Award is presented to the individual or group whose personal dedication and community contributions have markedly helped to enrich our common life together. As you would think, the volunteer recipient often presents such a great list of activities that it's only possible to highlight a few. This year's recipient grew up in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, but through family trips to the Boundary Waters and the Upper Peninsula, knew that this was the place she wanted to live. Graduating with a bachelor's in wildlife management from the Twin Cities, she then went on to secure an MS in environmental education at UW-Stevens Point. Thereafter, she started an AmeriCorps volunteer internship with UW Extension, Iron County. 8 years later, she is now the UW-Madison Extension Iron County Community Development Educator. But while that might be her official job, our award recipient plunged in wholeheartedly to participate in a wide range of volunteer support activities. Here are just a few of them. 4-H, North Country Trail, North Wind Co-op, board member, the Range Master Gardeners, the famous Precision Snow Shovel Drill Team, the Ironwood Chamber Volunteer Fair, Pride UP, FE Live Life Community Calendar Manager, Iron County Farmers Market, and membership on and now chair of the Ironwood Downtown Development Authority. There's hardly an aspect of Ironwood area volunteer community development that she has not participated in and helped to nurture, especially through her extensive networking skills and top-of-the-line computer savvy. She's always on the lookout to connect with others and bring them into our local volunteer networks. It is in this ability to not only do the work as a volunteer herself, but to connect up with others and encourage them to volunteer and participate as well, that Amy has effectively advanced the value of volunteering to show how and why it is the cornerstone of a healthy community. The Ironwood Chamber of Commerce is very pleased to recognize Amy Nosel as our 2021 Volunteer of the Year. Congratulations, Amy.
Thank you. Thank you very much. This really means a lot for me as that individual. When I came into this area, kind of new and greenhorn-like, very much in love with the landscape, and then I've been spending time ever since learning about community and what that means and what love looks like in that capacity. Obviously, a lot of trail work is involved with that, and I would just like to say that it's always important to be seen, and with an award like this, I definitely feel seen, and that's really the core of the volunteer work that I want to do. This is a wonderful area. There's a place for all of us, and it's been a real joy to help further that energy that we've all built together. So thank you. I feel seen, I feel heard, I feel loved, and that makes all the difference. It means a lot. Thank you.